A teacher's first year in the classroom is said to be the most challenging, exciting, and rewarding part of their career. In the book My First Year in the Classroom, there were 50 different stories from real teachers about their first year. Every chapter had a different story to tell. Some were sad, some were happy, and all were inspiring. Two stories stood out to us in particular.
Helen Shafran wrote the chapter called Sweet Success. In this chapter, she describes her struggles that she endured and triumphs that she conquered. In the 1940s, it was very rare and controversial for hearing teachers to teach deaf children how to read lips and speak instead of deaf teachers teaching deaf students how to sign. Helen worked really hard with all of her students, but she wrote about one in particular.
Every Friday, Helen took her students to a local ice cream shop on her own dime. She made all of her students order their ice cream by themselves so they could practice their speech drills that they had been working on in the classroom. The one student that Helen wrote about was a boy who wanted chocolate ice cream, but because the workers had a hard time understanding him, he always ended up with vanilla ice cream. He cried over and over again, but Helen pushed him even harder so that he could order on his own, and she never helped him with his order.
Week after week, month after month, the little boy kept receiving vanilla ice cream. Finally, at the end of the school year, he placed his order with perfectly understandable words. Helen wrote that it was extremely difficult to watch the boy order chocolate but receive vanilla, but she made him work hard for his ice cream and it ended up paying off in the end. Helen's story was very inspiring, but also very sad. It was very eye-opening to see a teacher work so hard for her students and not give up on them.
Another story that stood out to us was the chapter titled The Beginning of Hope by Sharon Lynch. Sharon wrote about teaching students with a variety of disabilities, including cerebral palsy, rubella syndrome, and students who are nonverbal. Sharon claimed to learn something new every single day from her students, so the idea of people saying that her students were incapable of learning really infuriated her.
Sharon worked really hard every day with her students and made them feel comfortable in her classroom. She said that creating positive relationships with her students really helped her maintain a positive working environment. Sharon's dedication to her students is motivational and unforgettable.
As future educators, this book enlightened us on the teacher perspective of a classroom. A teacher's first year in the classroom can be very unpredictable, but every teacher in this book was qualified and showed that teaching is still very rewarding. Through the bad, the awful, and the ugly, this book showed us that there is also hope and happiness during a teacher's first year in the classroom.